Good evening, America. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Min Ho. I was born in Vietnam and came over to the U.S. in 1982. I earned my BA degree in biology from the University of Kansas. Married for 21 years and have 5 daughters. Before I start, I just want to state that the message and information in this video are just my opinions and for entertainment purpose only. The goal of this video is to help Americans understand the importance of the democracy law. I will go over the democracy law in full detail. I believe that our politicians and leaders are supposed to act on the behalf of the American people and to create a safe, peaceful, equality, and equal opportunity for us all. If you find value in this video, please hit the thumb up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I will try to reply to all comments. Please share this video with your families, friends, and all social media so that we can all come together and make America great and strong again. Most American people would agree that most politicians are liars, corrupted, and careless because they put their own interests and problems ahead of their followers and people. Before winning the election, our leader and politician promised us this and that, but once in office, it is a totally different story. It's all about money, power, and greed. Throughout our history, most politicians don't act according to what they preach. They do a lot of talking and promises, but have little or no plan in place to carry out their promise. As a result, citizens of America have a hard time trusting and believing in our leaders and politicians. We the people are sick and tired of all the promises that politicians make but never follow through. How are we going to change or fix our corrupted political system? This is the reason I created the doctrine called the democracy law. Our goal is to use the democracy law as a foundation to elect our future politicians and leaders. The democracy law. The democracy law states that any new laws, rules, or regulation, budget, spending, building idea, etc. have to go through or vote by the majority of the people before the elected officer make the final decision officially. The majority of the vote will dictate what the final decision will be. The role of the elected officer is to gather and collect information so he or she will be able to provide we the people the disadvantages and advantages of each issue. Therefore, with this important information available, we the people have a better understanding so we can vote on it. Moreover, on the outcome of the voting, the elected officer will speak on the behalf of we the people. In addition, the democracy law also states that any old law, rules, or regulation, etc., that seem ridiculous or not beneficial for the majority of the people, then the issue can be voted and debate on it again if enough people file and sign a petition. I, Min Ho, have read and understand the meaning and definition of the democracy law completely. I God Almighty, I'm in the right state of mind and I'm signed on my free will. Signed by a judge, senator, the name, the signature, and the date. Then we have one witness, two witnesses, and notarized by the judge. And the second page, like when you take an oath, so this is what you say. I, Min Ho, promise to make and adopt this new law, the democracy law, effectively and immediately on the day I'm elected and taking my oath to be a senator for the state of Florida. I have read and understand the meaning in the context of the democracy law. If I, Min Ho, fail to keep my promise at any time, then the process of impeachment or suspension from my position will be extradited immediately if and only if I am found guilty in the court of justice or by the majority of the people in this country. In addition, I understand that if I'm found guilty in fair justice trial, then the punishment will be one time more than a regular citizen of this country because I have read and understand the democracy law completely before I, Min Ho, take the oath to make and adopt this new law, the democracy law. As God my witness, this contract or promise is irrevocable and binding between me, Min Ho, and the people in the state of Florida. You run for senator, you put senator, then your name, signature, true witness, something notarized by a judge. American, we need to put our difference aside and elect any candidate who is willing to adopt and sign the democracy law.
I would be happy to sign the democracy law for the American people.
Doesn't matter if the politician and leader belong to a Democrat Party or Republican Party or an Independent Party. Since most politicians are all talk before and during the election, with the introduction of the democracy law, we provide reassurance and peace of mind to the American people.
Mr. President, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Min Ho,
I, Min Ho,
promise to adopt this new democracy law.
promise to adopt this new democracy law.
I have read and understand the meaning
I have read and understand the meaning
and the context of the democracy law.
and the context of the democracy law.
If I, Min Ho,
If I, Min Ho,
fail to keep my promises
fail to keep my promises
at any time,
at any time,
then the process of impeachment
then the process of imprisonment
or suspension
or suspension
from my position
from my position
will be effective immediately.
will be effective immediately.
Please sign your name here. Congratulations, Mr. President.
We, the people, will begin to believe and trust our politician and leader again. Because if the politician does not live up to the democracy law, then we, the people, can take action to remove him or her from office. It is very similar to a check and balance system. Citizens of the United States, we need to put our differences aside and come together to change our corrupted political system. When we belong to either a Republican Party or a Democrat Party, we have a tendency to vote for either Republican or Democrat, and not for that individual person. America is not about Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, or Joe Biden running for president, but it is about who is willing to adopt and sign the democracy law.
I would be happy to sign the democracy law for the American people.
I'm not for Republican nor for the Democrat. I'm for the American people. Next week, I'm trying to do a couple of interviews with people in the Punta Gorda area and surrounding area about their opinion regarding the democracy law. American, even though I come up with the doctrine called the democracy law, we the people can change it or vote on it. My job is to gather all the advantages and disadvantages, the good and the bad, about the democracy law, so the American people will be more educated on the topic before voting on it.
Mr. President, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Min Ho,
I, Min Ho,
promise to adopt this new democracy law.
promise to adopt this new democracy law.
I have read and understand the meaning
I have read and understand the meaning
and the context of the democracy law.
and the context of the democracy law.
If I, Min Ho,
If I, Min Ho,
fail to keep my promises
fail to keep my promises
at any time,
at any time,
then the process of impeachment
then the process of imprisonment
or suspension
or suspension
from my position
from my position
will be effective immediately.
will be effective immediately.
Please sign your name here. Congratulations, Mr. President.
If you found value in this video, then please hit the thumb up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe so you won't miss next week's video. I will try to reply to all comments, and my goal for this channel is to publish a new video every Saturday. Please share this video with your families, friends, and all social media so we can all come together and make America great and strong again. If you did not watch any of my first two videos, then please click on the link located on the bottom. Before I end this video, I want to give thanks to all the men and women serving in the military. Last, I also want to give thanks to all the essential and frontline workers, especially in this pandemic crisis. Life is too short and precious, so America, please try, be kind, be patient, be respectful, be yourself, be a mentor. God bless America.